Hey, 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 everyone. Happy to see you all.
Hi all.
Thank you for joining us as usual on our webinar on Wednesday. And today we're waiting for Kamal Hussain. Kamal will join us very soon. And today we have really so excited topic, especially for me, because I'm a huge fan of the coupon card. We've set up with another card types to convert after redemption. And today we're going to talk about how to set up coupon card plus reward cards. It's a killer setup, as Kamal said, for his agency, and he used this setup and this offer as a foot in the door offer with Boomerangme to convert customers at least with 50% conversion rate from demo to the paid client. And I'm very curious to know about how he do it basically and understand all the details because details are matter every time. Amit, what's new on your side while we're waiting?
Nothing. I think Kamal is there. Hi Kamal. Looking forward for you to join.
Sure, sure.
John, this is the okay, great. Hi Eva, hi John. Oh, hi Jose. Yes, Kamal, you can take your time. Great. I
Yes,
think
please.
I we should meantime we should talk about the tools that was just introduced 2 days back.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, we spent almost 2 months of hard working to prepare complete educational course across all the Boomerang features, across all the settings, and across all the sales strategy and sales channels. This course is completely filmed, edited, published, and ready to be enrolled. And we decided with our teammates to give away this course. If you sign up for agency plan by the end of this month, the course will be included in your subscription without any problems. Highly recommend to consider it because with this course you will master all the Boomerangme services, all the features, and you will be profi with sales strategies because a huge part of this course is not just mine videos and not just mine strategies that I suggest to use, but I asked our very successful agency owners to record their own bonus content videos about their sales strategies, and you will choose from sales strategies to implement into your agency, and it's really brilliant content from my perspective. It's the best content that we did during this year. Highly recommend to consider that, and welcome to do this. Also, if you already subscribed for our plans, if you want to get access to this course, of course you can get it. All you need to do is to just buy our sales playbook for digital marketing agency. A link is available on our community on the Facebook. Welcome to join if you don't. And after buying this sales playbook, you will get this course as a part of this content. So, Kamal, we are waiting for you. Welcome to join us. Join the stage, please. Mhm. Sorry, guys, for technical issues. Give us a couple of seconds, please, and we will start. I cannot add you, Kamal, because you didn't join the stage. Please join the stage and I will show you live. Mhm. Ellie asking, is it included if you're already signed up? Ellie, I believe I have answered this question. And yes, you could get access to this course, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Louis cannot find the link. Louis, can we please let me please share this link with you? 1 second. Oh, I believe I can see Kamal. Kamal,
Brilliant.
finally you're
That there
here.
in the hand. Brilliant. For some reason,
No.
I'm not used to StreamYard, and I think I wasn't live. I was like a minute before or some a minute after. So you guys are talking to them. I'm responding, and then it's not all synced together. So we got there in the end, though.
Oh my gosh.
Brilliant.
Finally, we're here. How are you today?
StreamYard.
Happy to see you.
I'm really good. Really happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And apologies, everyone. I'm not used to. Is it StreamYard you use?
Yes, this is StreamYard.
Yeah. So it's slightly different. This one. Let me just close this door. And then we can get started.
I just want to say we are all
Cool.
excited to see you here. I just prepared my special T-shirt for this meeting. Make retention great again. I'm so
That's
excited to learn your strategy, and
That's what we want to do.
let's start.
Brilliant. So I think I'm just gonna click on present. Share screen. I'll just do my entire window. That's easier. Share. You guys can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Okay. Brilliant. There we go. Let's hope nothing goes wrong. Okay, brilliant. So can you still confirm you can hear me, see the screen?
All is good.
Okay, brilliant. So for those of you who don't know, our agency is called Vertical. Essentially, we're a tech and marketing company dedicated to restaurants. We mainly work with restaurants for all the tech and the marketing side. So what's the agenda for today? Quite simple. We're going to talk a little bit about generating leads for your agency. We're going to talk about setting up ads for your agency and the demo. How to set up the initial campaign for your clients. So it's divided into two parts. First, it's about you generating the leads. Then it's for your clients, basically. Fourth is going to be about the rewards card, how to set it up for your clients and how we do it. Maybe take some inspiration from that, do it in your own way. And finally, how to get your next client. So number 1 and 2, I'm going to kind of briefly talk about that. 3 and 4, I'm going to, especially number 4, I'm going to dive a little bit detail into that one. Because 1 and 2 really, in my previous webinars kind of covered those 2 areas, but I'm still going to briefly cover them on this one. And just before I start, I should tell you, I'm doing this webinar with this in mind, that everybody here are a little bit more experienced. So this is not like a beginner webinar. So a lot of the things I'm going to talk about, I'm going to expect you to already know some of this stuff already. At the very, very, very least, at least you should have experience in using Boomerang system and you know it inside and out. Only then this webinar will make full sense. Because like I said, I've done webinars more for like newbies, how to get your first sale kind of thing. So if that's something you're after, then you want to watch the other webinars. So let's begin. So the first one, let's start with generating leads for your agency. There's 2 ways, essentially. There's the offline lead generation, and that's as simple and as easy as you just walking into a restaurant, or in our case, it's restaurant, or walking into the business. Of course, different people have different strategies. I know Amanda likes to do a lot of research, put everything together first, and then go and approach the client and say, here's X, Y, and Z, here's what I can do for you. A lot of people have a lot of ways, different ways of doing this, but essentially, you are directly approaching the client. Of course, before you approach that client, you can do a lot of research and put things together so that, you know, when you have that meeting, and when you are talking to them, things are making sense and it's already there, and the process is a lot more simpler and easier. So again, I'm not going to dive deep into it because I've already kind of covered that side on one of the previous webinars. The second way, which again, I have covered it in the past as well, is online lead generation. So you run an ad on one of the platforms like Facebook as an example, and you generate yourself the lead for you to sell your product, in this case, Boomerang. So let's talk a little bit about setting up the ads for your agency to generate leads. So not the face-to-face one. So this is the online lead generation, something that we're kind of actively pushing at the moment, and it basically works. When you pair it, when you do, you know, the ads pair it up with a good product and services, it really does convert, and that's what I'm going to try and kind of demo on this webinar. So how do we do it? It's quite simple. We use Facebook at the moment, Facebook, and we make a bold statement. So this part here, we're talking about how to generate a lead for yourself as an agency, right? So this is one of the example, one ad that we've kind of experimented with. So we use Facebook, do an ad, and again, I'm not going to go into how to, you know, kind of do the Facebook ads, how to set up X, Y, and Z, all the Facebook sites. If you don't know, the best thing to do is really just go onto YouTube and learn how to do Facebook lead gen ads. It's not that difficult. It can be learned, I would say, probably a couple of hours, 2-3 hours. It is not that difficult. But the main key ingredients here is your call to action, and obviously using Facebook as a platform. So you have to make a very kind of bold statement here. So as you can see, ours basically says, restaurant owners, we turned £182 of ad spend into £9,234 of revenue, right? That's quite a bold statement. Now, obviously this ad tells us that we've actually done that. So we can say that. Now, if you're thinking, well, maybe this is my first time, maybe I haven't done anything like that, you can make other bold statements, like, for example, maybe something like this, that
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna.
Can we interrupt you with some questions,
Yeah,
or it's better for you to ask all the questions at the end of this pitch? How is better?
I think let's answer questions as we go, because otherwise in the end we forget and then coming back and forth. So yeah, any question, by all means, go ahead.
If you don't mind, because I have my own actually, because we run a lot
Please.
of marketing campaigns on Facebook,
Yeah.
and we face some challenges. By the way, I have the first question: Did you face some problems with blocks from the Facebook sites due to your statement with the money? Because Facebook don't like these statements, as I know, and they
Yeah.
mark these statements like as a, you know, not confirmed information and
Yeah.
very big promise. And to
Yeah.
avoid any miscommunication and our performancing, they prefer to block some kind of creatives that you present right now. How you work with that?
So far, I haven't had this challenge as much, but yeah, of course, Facebook, as you know, always they're looking into quality and stuff. But so far, I haven't. And even if they do, this is actually our results as well. So I guess, you know, if it comes to proving, we can, but I haven't really come across that. But again, if you do come across this issue, like I said, it doesn't have to be this. It can be. It just needs to be a bold statement. It just needs to give them confidence that, oh, okay, how is he going to do that? It needs to like kind of that scroll stopping moment they need to have. But yeah, so to put it simply, I haven't had much of an issue so far with what I'm saying, but I wouldn't be surprised if somehow our account gets flagged up and then they're catching us more, I guess. But yeah, that would be the answer to that question.
Facebook sometimes can be surprisingly active in terms of blocking some creatives, campaigns, whatever
Yeah.
it is, without any notifications in advance.
Yeah.
This is
So,
what we know.
so this one is actually a live campaign as well. So
Second
the
question,
fact that it's
which I
go on.
think it's very very important from Guillermo. He's asking how much to spend per day to get some results.
So we tell our clients, we set ours usually around about £20 a day.
£20 just.
£20 a day, yeah. Because we're
And
really currently we're just really it's just a one-man show, because it's either as you know, Nadim or myself, one of us taking the call, doing the whole lot. We haven't built our team yet because we're in the experimental phase as well. We're saying, okay, what works, what doesn't work. But £20 gives us enough leads for us to do our day-to-day job with the clients and have enough leads to actually, to work on.
Amazing. How many leads can we expect from £20 a day, just in average?
£20. Yeah. So I would probably say in a week you can expect about 30 to 50 leads.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you don't need more if you're working with two people in agency. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
quite a lot of work to segregate and work with them all
Absolutely.
properly.
Yeah. So this
Well,
is the magic. I mean, I'm assuming a lot of us here on this webinar are sort of small. You're either working by yourself, or you have a small agency, and that's where we are. That's who we are at the moment. We're a very small agency, two of us, and yeah, plenty of leads in that sense, basically. Again, if you want more leads, we just kind of scale it up.
I'm very surprised because, guys, you need to know it's pure live. It means we didn't before discuss this agenda for this webinar. I didn't see this presentation before, and I quite embracing as you right now because £100 a week, and you could get 30 to 50 leads. It's not just more than enough. It's more than enough for a
Yep.
company of
Yeah.
two people to start working with them. It's like sounds like a magic.
Yeah.
That's
So I think
insane.
partly could be because of the bold statement we're making. I mean, so this is one of them. Others literally say, 100 customers guarantee or you don't pay. So, things like that. And a few other ones we're experimenting with. So the conversion rate in terms of generating the lead seems to be pretty good at the moment.
Agree. I just want to add a couple of cents
Yep.
to move forward before we move forward. First of all, I like your idea to segment your audience by the first line of your statement, restaurant owners. You qualify your leads before they're
Yep.
spending your budget. If I'm not a
Yep.
restaurateur, I don't need to click on your ad creative and spend your
Yep.
money, right? You just
Yep.
filtering auditory from ad creative side, and this is the very smart strategy. We do the same, and I suggest to do the same for any agencies, to any people who ask me how to run marketing campaigns on Facebook. And the second
Yep.
thing, what I like, I think you set up audience by interest regions and use maximum wide auditory to present this offer, right?
Yep. A
It's
lot of
also
that
very smart
usually Nadim does it, but yeah.
because Facebook is has a very smart artificial intelligence platform beyond this ads account, and this platform just need to get first 50 leads during first week to learn completely, and after that this campaign will give you more qualified leads for less price and more predictable. And I think it's a best idea to select the region which you want to show, select the interest, and cut your audience by ad creative like Kamal do. It's very smart strategy.
Yeah. Yep. No, absolutely, it works. Facebook, as you said, they are getting very smart with their AI and stuff. Recently, the algorithm and stuff really good. It's working for us. Anyway, that's what we're focusing on now. Facebook and Instagram, of course, Meta altogether.
Altogether, it makes
Cool.
sense. That makes
Yep.
sense.
Yep.
Thank you.
No problem. So that's the first part, is the ad itself, and then of course they become a lead. So by the way, just Facebook form is what we use. Don't create a landing page or whatever. Facebook form itself converts the best. So that's for us is converting. And then again, if you're familiar with Calendly, use something like Calendly. You can get it free of charge. Book in a Zoom call with them. So step one, the ad itself. Secondly, once you've got the lead, you want to get on Zoom with them, basically. So on that
Sorry.
Zoom
When you
call,
get the lead from the Facebook lead form, sorry for interrupting you.
yep,
You
no
need
problem.
to make a call to them and offer them to
Absolutely.
book a call using Calendly. So it means you are segregating all the leads manually by making the calls, sending them emails, and etc. Why did
Absolutely.
you not send them the Calendly immediately?
Yeah. So basically, um, the way we're working, so we're very strategic with what we do. So right
Hmm.
now, we acknowledge and understand we are a small business, and we are working with a handful of leads, and
Hmm.
we want to work in a manageable way, but at the same time, we want to be very involved in every step so that we know what's happening, what are these guys saying, what's their way of thinking, so we can fine tune that process. So we feel like that call, once they come in as a lead, that initial call, we're able to build that relationship with them. And from that initial conversation, we get a vibe. Okay, are they going to be a good client? Are they not? Is it worth us putting a few things together beforehand? Going researching their business, maybe create a card, whatnot. And if you get that vibe, then we can do that. And if you feel like no, most likely it's just going to be a time waster, we get a feeling, then we won't maybe put as much effort in it as we would have with somebody who is like a more highly qualified lead. So because of the number of leads, it's obviously is not that many, and we don't want that many. We do want to kind of do it in that way that we've set it up. We call them. So call and then booking a Zoom call, and then a few hours before or an hour before, we call them. Hey, that time, are you still okay with it? If you're okay, brilliant. If not, X, Y, and Z, let's reschedule it now. So we do kind of keep it a little bit manual and hands-on, as opposed to just set up and text message, email reminders, X, Y, and Z. In the future, absolutely. When we're scaling, when we're huge, when we have bigger budgets, absolutely, yes, we want to automate all that. But for now, we don't have a lot of money to spend. And for small agencies like ourselves, I think this will be a smart way of doing it.
Absolutely. Because let me please again just reiterate it and rephrase it. First of all, you get in the leads and you do not know nothing about this person, about this lead, and you do the first qualification by the phone call, just trying to understand this is the marketing qualified lead or not. It makes sense to book a call with them or not, to send them the Zoom link, calendar link in your case or not. It's very smart
Yeah,
strategy because I believe close to maybe 20 to 50% customers just cutting at this stage, and you will chat only with half of
yeah,
all initial
yeah,
leads. And with this
absolutely.
half, you will spend your time logically and reasonable
Yeah,
without any spending and wasting the time. It's very smart strategy.
yeah. So some of these leads, they will say that they don't even want to get on a Zoom call. They want everything over the phone. And then now, then we know, okay, well, you're not bothered, you're not even bothered to get on a Zoom call to see what we can potentially do for you. You're going to cause us issues in the future. So let's not waste too much time with you. So that's our strategy, and it works because of that reason.
I see a good question. Last question, Kamal. I'm sorry,
Yep,
but I think it's
no
really
problem.
important to highlight. John asking, what about go high level automations in this case? I mean, can I share my opinion on it first?
Yep, yeah, sure, go for it.
From my perspective, John, not everything should be automated in the business, and sometimes we need to have a place for human communication. It's very valuable right now at the time when all the things are automated. and
Yep.
it feels good as for an agency, as for a customer, and it helps to build the right relationships. And I just want to highlight it. It's very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And can we use? Of course we can. But like I said, if you have tens of thousands of pounds to spend on ads, and then you're not bothered, if you've lost half of that through that, automation through that process, then yeah, go for it. But for us, it's basically we're in the beginning. We're a small agency. Money matters. We want to make sure that we're speaking to them, and that human touch, human connection really helps us to make sure that we're talking to quality people and we're spending time with the right people, and or even increasing our conversion rate because we spoke to them, as opposed to just a text message went out, just a calendar link went out. They're thinking, well, hang on, it seems like everything's automated. In the end, I'll have to do everything myself. You just don't know. But that human connection, when you speak to them, it just, now you're in the know now. You can make the right decision because you know exactly what type of client they are. Let's start. Yep, you guys can still hear me?
Yes, all is good. We're
Yep.
just
Okay.
do not interrupting you. Thank you.
Yeah, brilliant.
You're on mute right now.
Yep, sorted?
Yeah, all is good.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, I'll just do it this way. It's easier than I can see everything. Okay, present. All right, so what's next? So you've booked, there's a few things. Once you've booked them onto a call, there's a few things you can do. So I'm not going to give you in terms of the exact strategy that you should implement on this call, right? You'll have to kind of make your own. But I can tell you some of the things that I ensure that we do on our calls. So one of them is take them on a customer journey. And this is magic, and it works offline and it works online as well. Offline, if you've been on one of my previous webinars, one of the key things we said why our offline, direct sales, it works because we literally go in there and we literally show them, here's what it is, that's how it works, this is on your mobile phone, blah, blah, blah. It simply works. So we try and replicate it here online as well on the webinar. So the journey could look something like this. You, again, don't scan this one. This is actually a dummy one. So what you want to do is set up a coupon card or any of the card, but ideally a coupon card, and have a QR code on your presentation. And put something like this, get your 20. So you are taking them through their customer journey. You get them to scan the QR code and get them to fill in the form, download it onto their mobile phone. Okay, so first thing is first, they've now seen the process of them onboarding their client. It's very seamless, very simple, number one. So they've got that part. They have a very clear picture of how their customers will come onto this platform that they're going to use. Number two, now that it's on their phone, and I've talked about this in the past as well, the power of having that on their mobile phone, next to their bank cards, it's on their wallet. Not a lot of people seen that, and not a lot of people know that it's possible to have their branded cards on a customer's mobile phone. So there's the second wow, I guess. They're like, oh wow, okay, so that's my customer, they will have my branded card on their Apple wallet or Google wallet, whatever the case is, right? And then once you've done that, whatever the offer is, again, I haven't prepared that side properly. So suppose they have scanned obviously then show them that, look, this is you. It says that you have installed the card. It says that you have this reward. And I know you have come from this webinar because look at my UTM. My UTM says, obviously this one says website sign up. That was my UTM at the time when I signed up. But that UTM could say, webinar sign up. Now, once they've seen the back end, then they're going again one more time because this is data they've never seen before. And they're like, okay, wow. So there's impressed one more time. Okay. And then go into the actual scanner, right? The scanner app and scan their coupon on the live call, scan their coupon and then redeem the offer, whatever you have, right? Then they see it. It says redeemed. It says the notification goes, they're getting a live demo, remember. Then again, you show them your screen and say, look, it says it's redeemed, X, Y, and Z. So you're showing them, right? So now they've redeemed it and then say, okay, brilliant. You've redeemed, you've got your customer, they've come in, they've claimed, you redeem, and everything is kind of tracked. So let's just say, imagine Mr. Customer now, a month, when do you expect that customer to come back? Ask them a question. They might say, okay, I expect them to come back within a month, within a week, within whatever. It will be obviously different from business to business, right? And then you ask them, well, what if they don't come? What are you going to do? Well, if they don't come, the answer usually will be if they don't come, they come. They don't come. Obviously, they don't know this because they don't have this system. Well, then you have to explain to them, well, now that you'll have this system, right? You've got the customer's detail. If they don't come, you can influence them to come, right? By giving them some points. So remember that coupon card has turned into a reward card now. That's another setting I'll go through. Give them some points, right? And then the card obviously changes to whatever the reward is. They'll see the reward there and then they're like, okay, wow, that's awesome, right? The other thing you can say, let's just suppose you have given them some points. Again, that side can be automated. And you've given them 10% because you're thinking within a month they should come back, but they didn't. You know what? I'll give them something small. I'll give them a 10%, right? And let's just say they still haven't come and it's been 4 months now. Is it safe to say that you've lost that customer? They'll say, yes, I think so, or whatever, let's say 6 months or whatever. When do you think, you would have given up on this customer if they haven't come? Oh, after 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whatever the case is, right? Then you would basically trigger a bigger amount of points that give them a bigger reward, right? Now, then you ask them, well, what do you think are the chances of that customer coming back? Because otherwise you would have lost that customer. Now you've given them 25%, you give them 2 for 1, whatever you have given them. What are the chances of that customer coming back? Now, usually they'll say, obviously, a lot higher, right? So then you think, well, do you now see the power of this system? You can track your customers, you can decide, you can influence the customer to come back and dine in or in your restaurant or whatever the business service is. And, you can decide what, how far you want to go, how much do you want to give them in order to get them back into the business. And usually by this time, they see the power of it because it happened live. They are the customer, they are becoming their customer, and they've had this demo live, and they are, like, by this time, very much impressed. So that journey, to take him through that journey, is very, very important. So is there any questions on that one? Because this part is very important.
I am. Yes, I
Yep.
am.
Yep.
Two questions I have. And
Yep.
guys, please welcome to put your questions into the chat. I will read them aloud and I will show them on the screen as well. First question, how long usually it takes to proceed customer through your demo in
So
average?
the entire thing, or just this part?
Live demo when you're presenting the coupon card, how to install this card, how to redeem this card, the statistics from the dashboard, converting to the next card. What's the timeline?
Yeah. So round about maximum 5 minutes I would spend on this. Now, obviously, in the beginning, first few customers, like, you don't know the steps, you do need to practice this, right? So
Yeah.
internally, if it means that you need to get a friend or somebody to scan it and, you know, X, Y, and Z, you need to know exactly what you're saying when you're doing this. And you need a little bit of practice to make sure that it is smooth and it makes sense.
Absolutely agree. And I want to say from my experience, my sales experience with this product, the magic happens when your potential customers installs coupon on their device, and when they see how it's easy to onboard, how it's easy to install and add this card to the Apple Wallet, and when they see that this card is changing in real time,
Yep.
when scanning, when sending push notification, when redeeming the coupon and do other any things, they see, okay, it's brilliant, it's really works as easy as possible, it's really good product. And after that, they're really to proceed forward. And I believe only after that it makes sense to show them the dashboard, but not another order. Because if you will start from the statistics, from the dashboard, here is how to create the loyalty card, here is how to create the coupon, it's overcomplicated for the people.
Yep.
They do not want to deep dive too deep from the first initial step. They need to understand the basics and the main value, the
Yep.
main value of the product, the first touch. It should be easy, it should be fun, it should be something that they can save after this meeting. And you know what, when you create the coupon card, my recommendation, don't forget to create automated push reminders after 2 hours, after 6 hours, after one day, and etc. And customer already installs loyalty card will receive, your potential customer, not the real one, not the paid
Yep.
one, this client will receive push notifications automatically after this demo meeting. And that's
Yep.
insane. It's your follow-ups
It,
pre-created. Sorry, Kamal, interrupt
yeah,
you.
no, absolutely. This part actually, we haven't tested it yet, but absolutely, we were thinking about that. We thought, you know what, why don't we just send them a,
Why
uh,
not?
you know, just say whatever. You can be very creative with it, can't you? So yeah, absolutely, 100%. So
Because
that's
your main goal for the first demo is to get the wow effect, right? Not more.
absolutely,
You do not
absolutely,
need to teach them. You do not need to, encourage them. You just need to get the wow effect first. They
yeah,
need to pay attention for this product, and that's it. And think about how to get this wow effect as much as you can on the first meeting. This is a very important topic.
yeah, absolutely. And then once you've obviously that's the demo side, um, and then after that, show them some results. Um, I've put show or guarantee results. Now we can do that, and we have our ways of guaranteeing that, right? Um, so you'll have to either show or guarantee. Now you can show once you have the results, or you can, guarantee in the sense that, it could be that, for example, if I don't get you results within 2 weeks or a month or whatever, then you don't pay. But they've got a free trial anyway. They don't know that, right? So something like that, some form of guarantee, something that really gives them that little bit of a push to say, you know what, yep, seems like that person is very, very confident. But in terms of us now, because we've already had our first client through this and we've done whatever we needed to do, we can now show results. So in our case, this is actually actual results, of our last campaign. So impressions was this, reach was this, clicks. We've got clicks at 10 pence. We got leads at 11 pence a lead for the customer. So that's 1,500, members literally from just one campaign. And transaction cost was 36 pence. Now that is insane. This is like literally almost, if you don't go into the ads and show the clients the actual ads account on the back end, they won't even believe this, because what we're saying is it cost us 36 pence to get a booking. This is what we're saying. This is what we're showing to them basically. And then obviously the customers. So you've got to show the results or have some form of guarantee or some form of confidence, to build that confidence in them, to put that confidence in them that I am going to deliver for you, right? And the third thing, right, guys, close. Just whatever your strategy is, again, go on YouTube and do some research on how to close a deal, how to not to prolong it for too long. Just close the deal somehow, right? We've got our own ways, but again, you'll everybody's different. Everybody's companies are businesses are different. You'll have your own ways of doing it, and you just have to experiment.
Kamal, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. People saying in our chat that they cannot see the video.
Oh, cannot see the video. All right, okay, 1 second.
I can. I do not know what
I
the
think
problem
I
is.
think it's fine. It's fine. I can see it.
I think it's probably some local issue with internet connection.
Yeah.
Probably.
That's
Just
fine.
try to reconnect us, please.
Okay. So
I want to
you
make
guys,
sure that all receive all the content and understand. Getting all
yeah,
the maximum from this live.
brilliant. So just let me just confirm if you guys can see.
Yeah. I can.
Okay, brilliant. Fantastic. Right, guys. So to summarize on the call, again, I haven't given you like a exact to the T process, but all I'm saying is that you want to give them the real life demo of them installing the card and then them receiving the points and the notification coming through. That's very important. You want to fill them up with some form of confidence by sharing results or something. You need to say something, do something to give them that confidence, and finally just close the deal. As simple as that. So one of the ways we do it, we say, okay, you're going to get loyalty automation, this amount normally we charge, but it's going to be this amount per month. We're going to do the first campaign free of charge for yourself. So we're not going to charge you anything. We'll do that free of charge for you. You can use a coupon card for acquisition. You can redeem and track. You can gather customer data. You can retain customers on autopilot, and you get unlimited free push notifications. So whatever your offer is, you need to basically offer it to them and close that basically. Okay, so moving
Amit,
forward, go on.
so sorry, Kamal, not Amit. Kamal, I have a question.
Yep,
Because I know that you sell something, you
yep,
have some selling points as you
yep,
present like a bullet points here: free first online ad campaign, use coupons, and blah 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 blah. But
yep.
all we know that only one sales statement will help you to close the deal. Could you please explain which one really drives people, engage people to sign the contract and start paying? I believe
So
not all. Which is the major one?
okay, so this usually triggers a lot of attention, and the other one is for us personally, because of our strategy, the way we. So at this moment, you still get people. Okay, I need to speak to my partner. Blah blah blah. So the way we do it is say, okay, look, we'll do this. We'll do the initial campaign for you, free of charge, and it'll be 2-week free trial. You don't do anything. You don't pay anything. It's free trial if you have to close it. This is the one really drives them nuts a little bit. And then if you need to close and let's say they need a little bit of push, we say right, free first campaign, free trial for 2 weeks, and then as you get results, you're happy with the results, you kind of carry on. But they do need to set up the
Okay,
payment, everything as normal, and then we're helping them set up an ad to get clients in, and by that time they've already used the system.
very smart strategy. I just want to say, I just want to clarify the one point: free of charge first online ad campaign. Do we mean if free of charge for your services like setup, supporting, and reporting? And
Yeah,
I believe they should pay for the budget, definitely,
absolutely,
right? In this case, okay.
absolutely.
Just one thing that they need to spend: they need to invest into the ads budget for meta
Yep,
ads, and all the service things like campaign setup, campaign launch, campaign support, reporting, loyalty setup, coupon setup, and all other things your agency will do absolutely for free for the first 2 weeks. And you're guaranteed to get at least 100 new customers from the online for your restaurant, which
yep,
moreover we will convert into the regular ones from the first touch.
yep, yep, absolutely. Yeah.
Amazing.
So
Amazing. I do not know literally any reason why to say no.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So at first we were thinking, oh, if you say free, and then they'll be like, oh, well, what about the ad budget? So it's not really free X, Y, and Z. We're thinking maybe they're gonna ask these this kind of question. But you know what? We haven't really got any backlash from that. They seem to understand that they need to pay for the ads, the ad cost, and it hasn't been a really big issue. And obviously, if a client doesn't understand that, then they're not the right client to kind of begin with anyway. So that's okay. So we haven't really had any issues on that side. So yeah, just a setup is free of
But how,
charge.
how, how many, how many clients canceled your offer to subscribe from the trial?
Usually with a trial, then it becomes a question of where kind of we decide, but the conversion rate is very high. So I mean, cancel as in they've come on, they've done the thing, and then they haven't carried on anymore. Is that what
Yeah,
you mean?
let's imagine we assigned 10 clients for the trial for this 2 weeks period, and how many of them will convert into your paying clients from 10? Let's say
Yeah.
10, 8, 9.
Yeah, so I would probably no. So it would it's still. So we have a lot of clients now. They've done their initial campaign, and then they're. So we're trying to work on that part. Is where they're still taking their time to kind of say, oh, I need to do another campaign. I need to do X, Y, and Z, blah blah blah. But the conversion, I would say about you'd get at least 40% conversion rate on that. Carrying on without any issues, without any problems, and they're happy to pay. But in terms of
It's very, very good conversion.
50
But I
to
mean,
60,
even if they are not ready to start paying for you after this pilot period, definitely they already tried your services, right? And
yeah,
sometime maybe if they don't have a time, it's probably
yeah,
could be the reason they could get back to you after holiday period, for example, and reiterate again.
yeah, yeah. So one of the, I would say, was a mistake in the beginning is that we didn't, but that, and the reason why we have a lot of customers in that phase where they like it, but they're taking the time to move on with a full paid package. Two things actually we've realized. One, because our services, we have other services. So we kind of told them about everything in the beginning, and now it's kind of overwhelming and they're thinking too much, right? So that's one issue. And the other issue was when we done to begin with, when we done the free campaign, we've done it free of charge without them setting up the actual payment. So it didn't automatically go into the full package. So it kind of stopped, and then they needed to give us the permission to move forward. So from last week onwards, actually, we kind of changed that to say no, you can have the free campaign, but you need to sign up with the you need to sign up and make sure that if you're happy with the result, it just carries on. There's no like you come back to us and then X, Y, and Z. So none of that. So hopefully that then the conversion rate here should increase a lot. So those from our experiment, those were the two things that we sort of realized we kind of needed to improve and made a mistake on. And through experience, we've learned. So this is what I'm saying. If you do anything like that, make sure even though you do it free, whatever your package is, they are setting up the actual payment. So they are giving their card details, X, Y, and Z. And then, as long as they're happy with everything, they carry on. We don't have any contract as such. So even after the first payment, second payment, third payment, if they wanted to cancel, that's fine, no problem. But we haven't got any cancellation as of yet from this.
Amazing strategy.
Yeah.
And it's very smart to offer this product without any retainers, because the product, the retainer, in this case, if
Yeah.
they implement this product and issue, let's say, 100 loyalty cards, they will never cancel this promotion for their customers. It's a big
Yeah.
reputational risk for the
Yeah.
brand.
Yep.
It doesn't
Absolutely.
make any sense.
Absolutely. Yep. So next part, let's show you how to set up the initial campaign for your client. So you've done a campaign for yourself, and now it's a campaign for the client themselves, right? So again, we're back to Facebook. And just before you start, actually, before we start, this part is important. If you don't know your product and services inside out properly, then you should not sell it, right? So in this case, your product is Boomerang. You should know everything. Make sure you've gone through all the trainings, how the cards work, the notifications, the ups and downs, everything. You make sure you know your product inside out. It's very, very, very important. I think a lot of people just obviously we all if you're part of this, maybe you're a little bit technical. That's the only reason why you're interested in this to begin with. But there is a lot to learn about the products that Boomerang offers in terms of really knowing exactly how it works. How does it behave? How do the cards behave? How were they meant to be designed, as in how were they actually designed when it was created by Mike and the team? What did they have in mind for it? How does it actually work? What is the process? Because you can have your own ways of doing it, your own strategies, and that's again, I'm talking from experience. I have my own ways and own strategy and own way of thinking how it should work, but obviously the team has designed it with a strategy and with a way for the product to work. So you have to work with the product and make sure you know the product properly. That's very important. The second thing, the services. Well, you have to, from the product, you need to make your services, because you are offering product and services. Right? This works great. That's what we're doing. We're offering the product and services with it. We're not just offering a product. Here we go. This is how it works. You take it. You do whatever you want. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying, here's a product. This is how it works. But here's our service with it. So our service is we're going to do the campaigns for you, as an example. The initial Facebook campaign you need to get yourself clients. That's the service we're providing. So we need to ensure that we do our experiments, we test different things and make sure that we know our service inside and out as well. What works, what doesn't work, all these things. So product and the services both together. If you don't, and if you haven't perfected your service, whatever that may be, and if you don't know enough about the product yet, I'd say you need to stop, get some knowledge on the product, iron out your services, and then you go out and sell it. So that's extremely, extremely important, that part. So right, let me pause these. Okay. So how do we do it? Again, it's very simple. We use Facebook, coupon card, and UTMs. So these are the kind of key three ingredients for us to get customers for our clients. So again, the ad platform is Facebook. So as you can see, these are all Facebook ads. We use a coupon card for the offer. That's a coupon. And we use UTMs. A lot of people, the first two probably make sense, but UTMs for some people might not make sense. So on the card, we have 8 versions of the ads, right? So we have 8 different UTMs to go with it. So each ad, when clicked on, has a different, a unique UTM. So the way we differentiate it, we say V1, V2, V3, until V8. So here, as you can see, the clear winner is V7, right? So we know that, this type of ad works for that client. This one got the most of the results. V1 didn't, V2, 4 and all these others, they didn't do much damage. So really it's V3 and V7, right? Again, I'm not going to kind of go deep into it, but just know that you need to do different variations of ads for them and then track it to see which one works. Because once the clients see that, they are very impressed, because now they have a lot of confidence in you, because you know exactly where you're getting those customers from and what's working and what's not working. Then the other thing is, next thing after you've done that, your ad is done, they've got clients, they're coming in, their customers are coming in, they're redeeming X, Y, and Z, obviously all that training you would have done. After your 2 weeks, let's just say it was a 2-week campaign, share the results with the client and talk about the next step. So, narrow it down for them. So this was the cost. This is how much we have spent on your ad. This is your return. And these are actual results. that we've produced. So this is for literally for the last campaign. Your average transaction value is this, and your ROI is this, right? So our kind of report looks something like this, right? So this was the client, as you can see, that we've created the report, and we say what was the objective of it, and we've got a screenshot from here, as you can see, from Boomerang, new members in total, all this data there. We're showing them the coupon. Then we've shown them, took a screenshot from the ads manager. We say, okay, these are the ads we've done. These are the variations we've done. And it seemed like, V7 converted the most. So this was the one which got the most sales for you. And then this is your revenue analysis. So on Tuesday, X amount, blah, 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 on whatever. So however many days it was on for, we've got that. And again, all this data is available. This is the best thing about Boomerang, is all that data is there for you to, kind of analyze and put together and display it to the customer. Again, these are just simple screenshots from Boomerang. And then here, you've already seen that part. We're breaking it down further: clicks, leads, transaction, and then this. And then here, you've already seen that part. We're breaking it down further. Can hear myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can. All is good.
That's fine. So here, and then we just kind of summarize it. So at this moment, so you've done the ad, you've got the results, and now you're sharing the results with them. Usually the response from the clients is like, they're again one more time, they're like, okay, you wowed me at the initial point by showing me the technology, and it was amazing, and I've experienced it myself, it was brilliant. Now you've actually delivered, and you're showing me all this data that I've never seen in my life. This is what's going on in our clients, usually, generally speaking, right? So, and basically they have a lot more confidence in you now to move forward. So this is why I say here, and we talk about the next step. So you've got your real results now. What's next? What you're going to do? You got 1,500, over 1,500 customers. Are we just going to leave it there, or are we going to carry on? Obviously, if you carry on, I've already given you the prices. We just carry on as normal. That was the conversation we used to have. Hopefully now we're just going to share the results, and it just carries on anyway, because our payment is now moving forward, is going to be set up. So what is the next step for them? So that's the coupon card. We've used the coupon card, delivered results. So the next step really is this one. The fun part is setting up the rewards card. So now we explain to the customer, you have 1,500 from this one campaign. You have 1,500 customers who have some of them, because don't forget, if you see here, not everybody has come. You got 1,500 leads, but only 460 of them came. So there's like over 1,000 of them who didn't take advantage of this offer, number one. And number two, even the ones who have took advantage of the offer, how do we ensure that they're coming back for the second time? And more importantly, how do we ensure that the ones who didn't come, we give them another reason or another chance, maybe at a later date, to come and try? So this is where basically the rewards card come in. So this is where we automate all that, and we come up with strategies and ways for those customers and whoever's going to join in the future, for them to automatically become the first customer and then come back for the second time, third time, fourth time. So to do that, first thing you need is a strategy, right? So, and what I would advise people is really think about this, do some research, and put a strategy together. The strategy, first of all, needs to make sense to you. You need to ensure that this strategy, obviously you need some sector experience. So we're in food. If you're in salons or whatever it is, make sure you know your sector very well, the niche very well. And then you come up with a strategy according to that niche, and make sure that it really makes sense to you first, and you've done a lot of research on it. Look at how other big companies, how are they, what are their strategies, how are they doing it, and then come up with a strategy. So our strategy consists of three things. So there's the rewards, there's the offers, and the trigger events. So what are they? So rewards are primarily utilized to engage customers, who are kind of, with engaged customers basically, who are kind of responding. They are taking advantage of their offer. They are coming in as a customer, and the rewards part is kind of automated, triggered by the system. So these are your loyal customers, a customer who have come in once, and it's not like they've had a bad experience or anything like that, but it's not like it's been so great that no matter what they're going to come back. They're kind of in between. It's for those customers who are kind of engaged with you or very engaged with you, right? So the second part is the offers. So offers are usually used to win back customers, and they are triggered based on business needs or based on a strategy. So they're not just automatically given to the customer, they are triggered somehow. And again, I'll go into that somehow bit in a moment. Then obviously the trigger events. So the triggers are simple. Well, there's these rewards to give to the customer. There's this offers to give to the customer. When should they be triggered? So rewards, again, automatically triggered by the system based on the settings that you put in. But offers, on the other hand, they need to be triggered at a certain time, or based on a certain thing, right? So what is that trigger thing? It is what we need to kind of iron out. So moving more into the strategy and how we kind of set up our rewards program for our clients is we do this. We make rewards and offers into three categories. And again, it will make sense in a moment because I'm going to show you the actual rewards. They are of low value, mid value, and high value. Generally speaking, low value are the rewards. Mid value are also considered as rewards, but a little bit higher. High value, we consider it as offers. So there's, in a way, low value rewards, mid value rewards, and then there's high value offers. So the first two are rewards, and the last one is offers. And the way it works is this, basically. Here. So this is one of our client, and this is what we actually, we put it together, we printed it out, we gave it to them. The customer also has this, right? So it's very transparent, very clear. Everybody's on the same page. So we have on the rewards card, we have already set up these rewards. So there's a free side, £5 brunch deal, free poppadom, whatever. So these are low value ones, right? We've got the availability, and we've got, if there's any conditions with that, we put the condition in that as well. And these are the points to go with it. Again, I'll come back to the points on how to do that. Then you can see some example of mid-value offers. So as you can see, these ones are a little bit better than these ones. And then we've got the high-value ones. So the high-value ones are like £20 discounts, 35% off food, 50% off, 50% off food, meal deals. And as you can see, the points are a lot higher on these ones. So the idea here is this. Say, and the reward card as well, we use the spend one. So obviously you can have spend, visit, and points. So we use the spend one. Right? So based on the spend, the customer is rewarded points, and based on the amount of points they have, they get the rewards. So the idea here is this, between the and why we differentiate and call it two different things. So why there's rewards and why there's offers is because of this. So if a customer is engaging with the business, so they've made the first visit, and they come and do the second visit without much effort from the business, then you know what, it would be nice to just give them something. So these are low value offers, right? However, so, and then as you can see the points here, so in this restaurant, we know that an average, for example, an average bill for them for a table of two is around about £60. And we said 1 point is £1. So when the customer comes and they spend £60, they are getting, free popcorn chutneys for their next visit, right? So when they come next time, they can get free popcorns and chutneys. Maybe they came with family, they spend a bit more, they can get a slightly better reward, right? So these are people who are engaging anyway. They are coming anyway. So we want to give them small rewards. But if they spend big, spend more, they can get the bigger rewards as well at the same time. And the medium ones are so basically they've come in once, but they haven't really returned in in our ideal duration. So for example, in this case, Kaugali, this restaurant, ideally they want their customers to come back within a month, right? So now if they don't come back within a month, then we will trigger one of these rewards by giving them these points. So the low value ones are, they will get them if the customer continuously comes in, they'll get them anyway, right? The mid value ones, there's two ways of getting it. Is one way is if the spend is big, then they get it. We want to reward them, right? If they don't come back within the kind of ideal duration of a customer returning back, then we trigger these as well manually through an automation. Go high level as an example. Again, I don't want to go too much into the automation part, maybe on another thing, because we're already over an hour. So these are triggered through an automation, okay? High value ones are the ones now only triggered based on a strategy plan. So for example, for a win-back campaign, so if the customer hasn't come back, they visited once and they've not come back in 4 months, now we know that we've lost that customer, as an example in Kaugali's case, in this restaurant's case, right? So we will trigger one of these offers. Or it could be that, you know what, it's summer holidays now, it's not very busy, especially weekdays are not busy at all. We will trigger manually. When I say manually, through the automations, we will trigger one of these offers, right? However, because the points are so different, so as in like the gap is so big here, from 200 to 1200, like 1,000 points difference there, the customers really can't really earn them, whereas these ones they can earn them. So these ones, they have to be triggered. They have to be triggered by either the automation or the restaurant owner. So this is the difference between the rewards and the offers. The rewards are given to encourage customers to come back automatically by the system, and the offers are used in desperate situation. Number one is because we're losing that customer anyway, we want to bring them back. Otherwise, when they're not going to come back. Or number two, because the business needs it, because it's really quiet now, because the weekdays are not busy at all, or because for whatever reason they want to, or maybe because it's their birthday and we want to give them a high value reward, right? So it's the business making a conscious decision that I'm going to give away something big because I have to now for whatever reason. So that's how we differentiate between rewards and the offers, and how we kind of use it. And
Sorry, just to interrupt. Yeah, so I think we've sort of nailed that side. The way I think the easiest way to separate rewards and offers is in any business, you'll have your loyal customers and you'll have your not so loyal customers. Your rewards are always earned. So rewards essentially for your loyal customers, the ones that are coming in, week out, or they're coming in sort of frequently, but not sort of quite enough. And offers are more for the ones that don't come in. So it's literally, trying to come up with a solution that sort of applies to everybody. How do we reward the ones that are coming in regularly, as well as get the ones that don't come so frequently to come in more? So I think that's the main differentiation between rewards and offers. The rewards are more for your loyal ones, and your offers are just the ones that aren't coming enough, and they're the ones that we need to make action on. So if you think of it that way, I think that's the easiest way to sort of think about how you'd want to set up your reward scheme. So for example, the bottom ones we'd class as sort of as the offers, and they're the ones that we think, okay, that's what we need to retain the customers. And just the rewards is quite easy, it's quite simple. It's as the earn and burn, the sort of earn as as you come, you earn points, you earn rewards, that sort of stuff. So that's the sort of way to think about it, I'd say.
Yeah, so that's our strategy for the restaurant clients, and it works basically. We have feedback from restaurants so that they can see that the upline, because obviously on the dashboard you can see that is going up and up. And as long as the line is going up, customers happy, we're happy as well, because they know where it's going in the end. So any questions so far on that side? Because I know that part is a little bit tricky, a little bit complicated, I guess, to understand. But yeah,
I just want to say, I have a couple of as usual. And Nadim, first of all, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for your comments on the strategy. Happy to see you again here. Secondly, I have a question. How did you come up with the strategy of these 3 tiers of rewards? And did you design it by yourself, or did you find it everywhere else to implement and try to implement it?
So we have studied a lot of the other loyalty schemes. So we've looked at McDonald's, Subway, KFC, all of these guys. And we noticed the exact same pattern. So this idea of offers and rewards, and it's something that we didn't realize they were all using the same one. But upon looking into it at closer inspection, it was they're all using the same thing. But obviously with the bigger boys, with McDonald's, with Subway, these guys can do they've got the mechanisms and all the tech in place to do all of it. Also, that's the reason why we went with sort of these sort of offers and rewards for our program as well. So we have looked at other sort of companies as to what they're doing, and then looked at the industries as well. Obviously, we're working with a few different types of restaurants. So, for example, some of our restaurants are state restaurants where their margins are a lot lower. So naturally, we can't really give as much as an offer is, for example, it was an Indian restaurant where their margins are a little bit higher. So just depending on the restaurant and what works and what doesn't, and what sort of value that we can give out, that's how we calculate, what sort of offers and incentives that we can give.
That's beautiful. I mean, with loyalty program, I just want to confirm this idea, because you do not need to reinvent the wheel. All is already designed, invented, and moreover, if you're talking about big boys like McDonald's, like Starbucks, like etc., we need to think about how many time they spend to iterate and to find the better strategy for their business, which is definitely works, because we are talking about thousands of venues, thousands, not of hundreds. And they are completely sure that it's the best strategy. I'm sure about that. And all you need to do is to copy and paste and re-implement the same strategy, adopting these to a particular customer, and that's it. And this is actually what we do, and we name it like Robin Hood method. Grab from the big brands and implement for the smaller one. Win-win strategy.
Yeah, 100%. What I would probably say is the thing is with the bigger fish, the sort of the McDonald's, the KFC, the Starbucks, because obviously they're very well known, and they're in a way their retention is already there. Is something where the offers you have to sort of think a little bit further, as though generally speaking, the customers that go to McDonald's, KFC, they will, it is likely that they will return at regular intervals. For smaller independent businesses like the restaurants that we deal with, like the people, everyone else that you'll have as your clients, it may be something that your customer base won't be as regular then in comparison to a McDonald's or a KFC. So it's just to bear these things in mind and think, okay, if it was at McDonald's, maybe it would have worked. But for this sort of place, I need to think sort of outside the box, and what will work to retain a customer or to get a customer to come in.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. One question was very interesting in the chat. I have answered this question, but by the way, someone asked, can people, Shasta asked, aren't the customers free to save their points to eventually hit the higher levels?
Yeah,
I
they
said,
are.
yes, of course, it depends on their decision. If they want to hit the offer at the end of this game, they can do that. They can just collect the points and do not spend at all. It depends on their. If they want to spend every time, they can. It means this is why I say every time that reward card is the most flexible solution in the product right now. And you could set up everything with this card template, and you could set up, any strategy for customer retention. And guys, just proving this statement during all this webinar today. Thank you for that.
Yeah, look, the way they were ultimately having a fancy tool, having all these things, all that is brilliant, and you can set it all up. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't work and if it doesn't convert, then in the end you're going to lose their customers. You're going to lose their interest. So that's why for us it was very important that we experiment and we kind of nail this. That strategy, that program. For you, it might be slightly different. Have a look at your whichever sector you're in. Do some research, see what the big boys are doing. But you can't also at the same time replicate it exactly like the big boys, because the big boys have multiple branches, that they're a brand, but you're working with a small business. So you do need to think about it from that side as well. Well, how is this going to work with a small business? But how do I take the kind of the strategy, the ideas, and implement it for a small business? So nailing this and ensuring that the rewards program or whatever loyalty program that you build for your customer, I would say pick a niche and then build it for that, and then obviously replicate it for everybody. That's the way to do it. It's very, very, very important, and we took our time with this. We've experimented a lot, and this is the one that kind of works for us, basically. There's a lot more we can talk about, but again, time is of essence here. I guess it's probably the longest webinar we had. Unless there's any other questions.
I just want to add a couple of cents for your latest statement, because I also suggest for everyone to select your niche and put all of your efforts into this niche to grow your business with restaurants, with coffee shops, with beauty salons, whatever it is, because sometime you will see that you will spend less effort to get new customer, because you will have case studies, positive testimonials. You will know more about this business in general, right? And you will talk with the people on their language. It will be much easier for you to close the deal. And sometime in the future, your brand, your name will work for you, and you will get new referrals. You will get new customers only by the recommendations. And it's just not only one, but it's the best replicatable strategy for growing your agency with this product. Just
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
amazing, and that's absolutely the right way. I agree with that.
Another thing I would say, few tips I would say, use a Excel sheet to work out the rewards. And when you're doing it, do it with the business. You come up with some examples, and then let the business owner choose. Okay, are we okay with this? With this? So do it in an Excel sheet. That's how we do it. We number them. We put it into the category. We put the name in there. We say availability. Some of these might be only available Monday to Thursday, or whatever their condition, and then any additional conditions that they have. So usually there's a minimum spend and a maximum spend to make sure that the reward program is sustainable. And then what we normally do is also we put the value, the actual savings amount, or what that amount is, to help us determine the order of the reward. What's more valuable than the other one. And then once we got all that, then we say, okay, how do we do the points? So with the points, our strategy is we're saying £1 spend is 1 point. The way we're thinking, okay, how much should the customer spend in order to get maybe a £10 voucher? Or if they spend £140, we don't mind giving them a £10 voucher, and the customer doesn't mind giving them a £10 voucher. That's the conversation we had with the customer and they're happy with it. So really talk to the client, spend a little bit of time on coming up with the actual rewards, what they're gonna give, because once it's in there, it's there and it's all kind of automated. Another tip that I would say is document everything, document it. So this is what we get once they're on board and once they're happy. This is what we send them. This is say, if they're on the full package, for example, this is what we say. Your time frame, you're looking at this. This is what we're going to do for you. This is the roadmap. This is the requirements from you. The low value and all that explained beforehand. These are some examples. Here's some examples of terms and conditions. Here are some more ideas. We give it to them, and then we have a kind of an onboarding meeting. So they have a document to go through beforehand. They know exactly what to expect. The final thing I would say is this. Once you worked it out, what the reward, what the program is, put it on a kind of either Excel or on a PDF. Organize it like this, print it out, and give it to the client, and make sure that they have this. Because the more easier you're going to make this for the client, the higher the chance that they're going to enjoy this, they're going to like this is going to work, and they'll stay with you for longer. But if they introduce, because it is quite a thing to introduce into a business, it's can be sometimes quite complicated, right? For the business, the simpler you can make it for them, the better it is, right? So have everything documented and say, these are the conditions. And the last tip that I have for you is that stick to, if you have agreed with these rewards, always stick to them. Don't invent, halfway through, don't accept from the client, or you yourself come up with a new reward, even if the client tells you that I'm okay for you to come up with whatever reward. Don't do it. Whatever you pre-plan, whatever's on the document, stick to those. If you need to add another reward, make sure that it's changed on the documents, is given to the client. They know this is the new reward, another reward that you're going to have, and then all the conditions. So this way there's consistency throughout. You know exactly what the conditions are. The customers who's downloading, they know what the conditions are, what the offers are. The restaurant and the staff, they know what they are. So there's clarity and simplicity throughout for it to kind of thrive and work, and make sure nobody's getting confused. The last thing you want is introduce it, complicate it, confuse them, and for them to say, you know what, it's just too much, I can't deal with the headache, let's forget about it. Yeah, especially the staff. Staff don't like new things. They don't want to work. So that's how we make it easy for them.
Yeah.
That's it. And the final slide that I have is how to get the next customer. Simply repeat the process, but this time the only difference is you have results to show them that you have yourself provided for your last client. So if this was your first client, this is what you would do. Second customer, same ad, same, everything's the same, but now you have results to show them and say, look, I've done this for others, I've done this for so and so, I can do it for you as well. And you just carry on, one after the other.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the presentation. If any more questions, happy to answer.
One thing I'd say to emphasize on when sort of onboarding a new client is to sort of go in with as to how we do the marketing. So if you go back to the the page on the ads, if you go it's on the right bottom right.
Page on the ads are here.
Yeah, that's the one. So if you notice here, if you sort of zoom in on the ads, they're the way that we do our advertising. This is one thing that I've noticed when speaking to clients, that they realize that they've done something wrong with their existing marketing. So if you look at all of these ads, it says 20% off and then get your voucher now. The fact, I'm sure you might have touched on this earlier. I joined a little bit late, but what we say to the restaurant owner is, you're trying to get the customer to do the wrong thing at the wrong time. Don't try and get customers to book a table now or order now. Just get them to get the voucher. And once they realize that concept of get the right thing from the customer at the right time, and that's when they sort of realize, okay, this makes a little bit more sense. Let's get the lead first, let's get the interest first, and then they'll come into the restaurant. Because at the end of the day, we've still got the data. So once they understand that concept, it's very much easier to sort of win them over and for them to understand as to how this strategy works, rather than sort of them just hoping for a restaurant to get busy. It's something where we're seeing customers, but not only one sign up first, but then they're going to come in. And the ones that don't come in, we'll send them an extra email or a text later. But for the ones that do come in, it's great.
Yeah, because and that is basically I guess, the power of the coupon card.
Yeah.
It's literally this simple thing. Is it allows you to optimize for the right thing. Because if you do an ad, and most restaurants, they'll do an ad, they will say book now. Even they might have an amazing offer, but they'll say book now. Well, hang on, I haven't spoken to my family, my wife, whoever I need to go with, because nobody's going to go by themselves. I haven't spoken to them, and you've got an ad here saying book now. I'm not ready to book, so the chances are I'll probably just skip it. However, the magic of the coupon card is, or one of the magic is that is basically saying book later is fine. Just download the voucher now. Book whenever you're ready to make that plan. But yeah, it's gonna be too long. Otherwise, what I could have done is
Yeah. So, for example, if we look at all of these restaurants that are advertising now, all of them will probably say, book now or order now, or try and do something that they can't do now. So some of them are doing, it might be directing website traffic to the website, but it's not really an actual objective. It's like, in any case, an ad should have a clear objective. What do you want a customer to do upon seeing this ad? And once that thing's clear, because what most people do is, a lot of restaurant owners, they just click boost and then hope for the best. There's not a call to action on that ad. It's not really doing anything. It's just, you're getting a little bit exposure, but that's it. You want to generate intent and interest within that customer. So you want to hook the customer, you want to get the data, and then everything else will sort of fall into place.
Yeah. So example of a bad ad is, look, they're spending money. This is an actual ad. They're spending money on this, but it's like it's a link to their menu, and send message. Why is somebody going to send message for what? But if this was maybe download voucher, and I'm assuming this is probably a high end steakhouse, 15% is a lot. The chances of somebody downloading the coupon, the voucher, is a lot higher than somebody sending a message.
Yeah.
So that's where it kind of changes. Boomerang changes it for getting results. Basically, it's on another level because of this. Cool.
And
Any
one
more?
good question from Ellie. Yeah, I just want to read it in loud. I see. So most of the long-term work will be with ads management with this agency model. Just partly, I want to say, because advertisement and Facebook ads campaign management, it's not the regular service for agencies, unfortunately, because this month your client has a budget. Next month they decide to stop. After the next month they decide to run again. After the next one they decide to stop, and this is the roller coaster game every time. But when you implement Boomerangme right after your acquisition campaign, you will make sure that your customer will pay for your services every month, at least for the retention, for the reward program. At least, if they have some budget for acquisition, they will invest this budget in additional at the top of the loyalty cost. But loyalty cost will be regular for them from the very beginning, from the day one, because it's really hard to cancel reward program, and this is the great thing about this product.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was very, very, very informative webinar. I think one of the best ones, and the longest one, one and a half hour.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long one. Sorry, I joined a little bit late.
Yeah, no worries. Nadim, what do you want to add at the top of that?
No, I think we've touched on most of it all. There is a lot more to it, but I think as to how we sort of win customers is with that initial acquisition campaign. Once you show them what we're capable of, and the thing is as well, one of the main things that I've found has been the best advantage of Boomerang is the actual numbers and the stats side. When you're especially in this industry, the food and beverage industry, when you're dealing with restaurants and stuff, it's very difficult to quantify what addition and what extra value you are adding to a business. For any other agency, whatever it is they're doing, you can never really add a value to it or say, okay, how much extra money have I made from this campaign? With us, we can literally say, even if during a campaign, let's say you're only 3 days into a 2 week trial, we'll say, okay, it's the third day in, and we've spent £30, and this is what we've got. With this £30 we've spent, we've had 2 customers come in, and whatever it is, and we've had X amount of leads as well, so we know that it's working. The lead price is X, and then the conversion price is Y. So it's very transparent, and they can look into it any time. They can sort of see how the campaign is doing, and then it's just, the numbers is a beautiful addition, and that's what sort of wins them over. Because when it comes down to it, business is all, it's down to maths. How much am I putting into this service, and how much am I getting out? And because we can show that, that's what keeps them on board. We can simply say, you have to stay with us because look how much money you're making from this system. It's all documented, it's all recorded. You're seeing the customers that are coming in with the coupons and the reward card as well. So it's very simple to maintain and keep a client once you've got all of that, once you're benefiting from all the tools that Boomerang gives you.
Well, Nadine, thank you so much for the warm words. I really much appreciate it. I believe after this webinar, a lot of people who didn't know anything about Facebook ads and the Instagram ads will learn something on YouTube or everywhere else to set up together Boomerang plus Meta ads campaigns. And definitely, I believe you engage someone to start this journey with restaurants after this webinar. It was very informative, I want to say. Well, guys, thank you so much. If you have any questions, I believe, guys, we'll be happy to answer on our community. If you didn't join before, welcome to do it right now. Boomerangme Cars, you could find this group on Facebook. Join, feel free to do it. And guys, just want to remind you that by the end of this month, we have a 30% off discount for the annual plans, mostly for agency plan that could be most interested for you right now. And our offer right now, we will give away our educational course, How to Master Boomerangme Services from A to Z. As Kamal said, it's very important to know the product before you will start selling it to your customers. And you will get this educational course absolutely for free if you sign up by the end of this month for one of the paid plans. Kamal's video, I believe, will be a part of this webinar sometime. Yeah. We will add this video, but we already have some videos from another successful agencies as a bonus content. Welcome to sign up. Welcome to get this course, learn all the things about Boomerangme, ask any questions anytime. We will be happy to answer. And see you next week, same time, same place. Next Wednesday, we will present new features as usual. Kamal, thank you so much. Nadim, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was amazing. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys,
See you
bye.
later.
Bye.
Take care.